option of renew leaf, I swear. Just give me a chance.
Well, this is new. Showing remorse, Eggman? If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
Gotcha. Success! It's just as the Gaia manuscript foretold! The entity that was sealed within the planet has awakened! Now we just need to harness its power! Eggman Land will finally come to be!
You really got it done it this time, Eggman.
Ah, Sonic, that's a good look for you. Testing. So long, friend.
My REexperince. Ignore that bit. Okay, Louie. Hey, how you doing there? Why are you gotta smile like that? Okay. This is gonna be my REexperience with Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii. Okay? So, I want to start out with, I made a review on this game a couple of years ago. And it was like a tie-in review with, Black Knight and this game. Can you stop smiling?
Okay, I'm good.
Thank you. No, he's not about to work. He's about to go handle some things. About to go sell some stuff for me and get waters and all that other sort of stuff because I need to drink water. We always need to drink water. So.
Yeah, we need waters.
Well, whatever. I don't remember that one. So, anyways, check it out. Did I actually do a REexperience with Sonic Unleashed before? Are you serious? No, show me right now. Pull up the footage. Okay, interrupting this review is that this is my re-review of Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. All right. Please look up if I have a re-review. No, don't go to the page.
No, I know.
Hours GM Sonic Unleashed My Experience. Come on, man. You better not be right about this, otherwise I gotta change the whole... Yeah, my REexperience, that's one.
Yeah, I know.
That's a gameplay video, Louie. That ain't a review. This guy don't know how to type. Anyways, this is my... Okay. Yeah, that's my experience. That's the first time I played it right here. And then Sonic Unleashed PS3. This isn't about Wii. Or this isn't about PS3. There you go. You're welcome. Anyways, you played the Wii version, Sonic Unleashed, then the PS3 version, then Wii version again. Exactly. So, this is the Wii review. This is my second time playing the Wii version, okay? Not the PS3. We're not including the PS3. Anyways, so, let's get started up with this review. So, I played this game years ago, not on the page, but years ago, many years ago. I did a review, like 2-3 years ago. It was a conjointed My Experience video with Black Knight and Wii Unleashed. Now, when I played Wii Unleashed for the first time, I made a lot of complaints, okay? I made a lot of complaints about this game, and I will re-talk about my complaints about the gameplay and all that other sort of stuff in this video. But I won't highlight them for too long and all that other sort of stuff, unlike in that review. So if you want to see that review, go watch that review from a couple of years ago. But this review is going to be a little bit new. Anyways, so, and it already is new because of this freaking beginning bit of the video. God. But anyways, let's start with my loves, okay? So, Sonic Unleashed for the Wii retains all of its soundtrack, okay? From the PS3, 360, the soundtrack is no different. All Sonic Unleashed across the boards have the same OST, except for the mobile phone version that nobody really plays or talks about. So, that's something. Anyways, other than that, the soundtrack is great. I love the OST from everywhere, from the little map, from the map screens, and, you know, even in-game play, the music is great for Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. But one thing I also want to take note of is Sonic Unleashed for the Wii does not have hub worlds, okay? So when you go into Sonic Wii Unleashed and shit, you know, when you play the game, you know, play a little bit of it, you realize, wait a minute, unlike the PS3 version that has actual hub worlds and hub areas where you can go talk to people, Sonic Wii Unleashed has hub menus. Meaning you select the certain area, but it's like a menu-like. It's not necessarily you walk up in a 3D environment, you go talk to somebody and say hi. That was another weird thing that I kind of liked but also didn't like, because it kind of looked lazy in comparison to the PS3 version of Sonic Wii Unleashed and stuff. And other than that, obviously another thing that does annoy me about the soundtrack is obviously the werehog stages. Whenever you get into battle, you know, the same theme that you know, that theme replays. I made that a big point in my last review of this, but I don't want to retread the same ground too much and be mad at that. But at the same time, yes, at points it did get annoying here in the same werehog battle theme. I kind of wish they would change it up. I thought the Wii version would, but honestly, no. They just kept it the same, like literally the same all the way through. They didn't even include new battle themes, which is weird because Sonic Wii Unleashed should have included new battle themes, actually. So it would have been a little bit better. But other than that, and the soundtrack, you know, being good, and the werehog battle theme being really repetitive and heard through a lot throughout the game, another thing I have an issue with in terms of Sonic Unleashed for the Wii is probably the, I'd probably say the difficulty spike in Eggman Land. I'm going to be so honest, the difficulty spike in Eggman Land was really annoying, because not only the stage was really long, but it was way harder than any of the other Sonic stages in the entire game, hands down. And I know that was an on-purpose decision by Sega to make Eggman Land like one of the hardest stages to go through. I mean, look up the PS3 version. That stage takes some people 50 minutes. That stage can take people, you know, over an hour. Some people never even beat Eggman Land on the PS3, but don't worry, Sonic Wii Unleashed actually kind of has you covered. If you've been struggling on the PS3 version of Eggman Land, Sonic Unleashed for the Wii's Eggman Land is not only different, but they actually split up the stages. So not only when you go through the daytime stage, you go through the daytime version of the stage with its respective side missions, which I will talk about in a second, but afterwards you go through multiple different side pieces as Werehog. Now this is a good thing and a bad thing, and let me explain why. Because when you play as regular Sonic in the daytime stages, you're like, okay, I get to play the stage. That's great. That's awesome. I'm playing the stage. I love being daytime Sonic, going super fast, all that shit. There's a couple problems with that. Sonic speed in this game, even Sonic Wii Unleashed, in my honest opinion, and I might have not have mentioned this in my previous review, but I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Sonic, when he's at full speed, controls absolutely like shit. I really do not enjoy how Daytime Sonic moves. Because when you're going at full speed, full Sonic speed, you see his backside, and you're running super fast like this, like a dumbass. You barely can, like, steer him around and do the, like, turn drifts and shit. You can barely have him do any of that stuff. And he becomes so uncontrollable, it's not even funny. Werehog Sonic has better control, in my opinion. And that's funny coming from me. Werehog Sonic has better, like, movement control when regularly, like, walking around and stuff compared... I mean, obviously, when Werehog Sonic runs, for some reason, the control for both... I would probably argue Daytime Sonic and Werehog Sonic are both kind of bad. I won't lie, like, steering and drifting, again, for Daytime Sonic is absolutely trash in this game. It feels like let me give you an example. You know those really fast roller coasters that don't stop going fast? Think of that, but you're trying to steer the bitch. Or if you're in a car that's going 200 miles per hour, you can't steer it very well, and you're going to crash. That's literally how Daytime Sonic plays in this game, at least in this version of the game. I know PS3 Sonic, you know, it's a learning curve, but I feel like in the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed, I'm going to be honest, I think Sonic steering is just hot garbage. And honestly, I think other Sonic games, even on the Wii, had better control. Like, I would argue Sonic Colors had better control. And sure, Sonic Colors in that game had worse steering control, but at least Sonic in Sonic Colors had better movement control, even at top speed. But anyways, other than that, and what's Werehog's issue? Werehog's issue, I mind you, right, is when he's running, right, when he's running just like Sonic at full speed, when he's doing the double tap run shit, you can barely control. Like, if you jump in the air... Dude, you gotta wait till he comes the fuck back down before you can do any goddamn action with Werehog Sonic. That's another thing I would say that's bad about him. And I would argue, other than Werehog Sonic in terms of him super running and jumping and shit, one thing I really do not like about Wii Unleashed is that sometimes it feels like there is way too... And this is just a general thing, this doesn't just have to be Werehog Sonic, but in my opinion, there are way too many Werehog stages in compared to Daytime stages. I would have preferred if this game had a really nice balance to it. Like, for example, one Daytime stage, one Werehog stage. One Daytime stage, one Werehog stage. Or you can have 2 Daytime stages, or 3, but also give us 3 Werehog stages, and keep that same consistency. Because every single time you play Sonic Unleashed for the Wii, you get, okay, one mission as Daytime Sonic. One actual mission. And then you get 2 to 3 side quest missions, right? That are just replaying the same level with a new objective. How is that a new mission? How is that a new level? How is that a new Daytime level? If all you're doing is taking aspects of the stage itself. And I can tell you this. You can watch my entire playthrough or somebody else's playthrough on this, and you can't tell me I'm fucking wrong. Because you're navigating most time, and this happens. I think this even happens in Werehog stages sometimes too. But probably less Werehog, but more in Daytime Sonic stages. When you complete the Daytime Sonic stage, regular, you did it. You got yourself an A rank or B rank or whatever the fuck, whatever rank you got. Or S even, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know how you play. You got it, right? You're like, okay, I'm done. And the game asks you to continue playing, which is another thing I really dislike about this game. They always ask you, do you want to continue playing or do you want to stop playing? Like, right after, you can be done with the one stage in the game and the game will come up to you and say, do you want to continue playing? Yes! I'm here to play the goddamn game. If I wanted that, I would turn off the console. But anyways, I digress, right? Back to Daytime Sonic, right? That's why I say Daytime Sonic is kind of whack, because he doesn't even get, like, real, actual second stage or third stage. He just gets the same level I just beat 5 minutes ago, but with a new objective attached onto it. For example, don't break the jars, or reach the goal within the time limit, like a fucking time trial, or guess what? Fucking collect this amount of rings, because we legit have no ideas what else to do with Daytime Sonic in this game. These are the same people, keep this in mind, that made Sonic Rush. These are the same people who made Sonic Advance. Dips, by the way. Keep that in mind. I can't believe it. These are the same people who did Rush and Adventure. Or not Adventure, Rush and Advance series. And you're telling me that they fucked up on Sonic's movement in this game with both Werehog and Base Sonic, and barely gave Daytime Sonic any actual levels, except for quote-unquote the same level with new objectives. I really do not like that in Sonic Wii Unleashed. I'm sorry. The level design for that, for Daytime Sonic, they really hold my boy. But for Werehog, he gets like 6 to 7 stages, and sometimes I have to ask myself, fuck! On top of not only having more stages than base Sonic, he also has those side little missions. Because when you unlock new shit in your combos, and I shit you not, every single time you unlock a new move, he gets a little baby mission where you're in this little baby arena and you have to test that move out by pressing buttons. Oh, and by the way, another thing I really dislike about Werehog, outside of Eggman Land being extremely stressful, is how you fight with Werehog Sonic. I'm going to show you how you fight with Werehog Sonic personally. Here you go, right? So, if you're playing on Wiimote, you need a Wiimote and a nunchuck, right? Let me show you how you do this shit. Okay. Normal people, when they play Sonic Unleashed for the Wii, they're going to play with Wiimote with the nunchuck attached, right? You can move like this with your analog stick. You probably block with Z or C or whatever the fuck, right? But here's your combos. Here's what you do with your combos. I'm not joking. You shake both of them, or one of them, to unleash your combos. And you have to swing it in different ways in order to unleash your combo, right? I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Wii games, I know a lot of them were forced to have that Wii motion control shit, where it's like, okay, shake the Wiimote or do something with Goofy with the Wiimote because we want games that use the Wiimote and have that connectivity with the remote, right? I get that. I get that to some extent. You know, Nintendo wanted it, so of course, every game dev that was going to focus on the Wii had to do something with the Wiimote, okay? I understand that. I get that. But this looks stupid as fuck to me. I'm sorry. Galaxy did it right, where it's like, okay, you spin every now and again. You don't have to spin every time. Sometimes you can even spin the nunchuck if you wanted to. Fuck, I would argue Punch-Out Wii did it right. All you do is lift up and then fucking do little jabs. You don't have to go fucking shaking it like crazy to unleash fucking combos or certain directions to do certain combos in those games. But with Sonic Wii Unleashed with this control scheme, yes. And by the way, keep this in mind too. With the Wiimote, this is your only way you're going to do more than just the basic 2 to 3 combos the entire game. With the Wiimote and nunchuck, people. Now, with the GameCube controller, it's very different. Let me explain why. Why it's very different here in a second. Let me put my Wiimote back. I'm going to sit down. Okay, check it out. Right? The GameCube controller, you stick it into the Wii, right? Like any other game. If you have like GameCube connectivity, right? So you're sitting there, you're wondering, okay, bet, I have a better controller now. This means that Werehog gameplay can be more immersive, better than ever before. I don't have to shake around looking like a dumbass with my control scheme, right? I don't have to, right? Wrong. Because when you play this game, you don't just press Y or X or B or a mix of A or maybe even the C stick to do combos. Or the Z button to do a bit of combos. I shit you not, all you can do when you want to do combos, every single time you want to throw a single punch, left and right triggers. You have to press both left and right triggers on your GameCube controller the entire time when you go into combat. Meaning, every single combat scenario, if you're on GameCube controller, you have to mash left, right, left, right, left, right in certain orders or certain patterns to unleash combos. And even by pressing, what is it? When you press these two buttons in combo, right? It sucks because not only your combos are going to be limited, you're going to be seeing the same 2-3 moves over and over again because you're pressing left, right, over and over and over again. Your fingers themselves, depending on how much combat you do, which they put you in a lot of combat scenarios in Sonic Unleashed Wii, and keep this in mind, you do 3, 4, 5, 6 levels for Werehog every single area you go to. So you're over here pressing left and right a lot, to the point your fingers hurt. And I'm going to tell you guys this, my fingers hurt so fucking bad. Every single goddamn time I had to press left, right, left, right, left, right. Sometimes I would even dread the bitch because each mission with the werehog, keep this in mind, remember, keep pressing those triggers when you're in battle scenarios, are 8 to 9 minutes long, if not less than that. Sometimes I can beat levels in 5 minutes. Sometimes I can beat levels in 3 minutes. Sometimes I beat levels in 4. But most times in werehog stages, for the most part, are like 10 minutes sometimes. Quadruple the length. And keep in mind, most of the time, you're doing this. For your battle scenario. This is what you gotta do. And keep in mind, bro, the enemy's health bars are not small. They are huge. They are big. Some of them are big. And enemies do even more damage. And sometimes, I would argue the platforming segments for the werehogs section of stages and stuff is arguably worse than the 360 version, than the PS3 version. And on top of that, the Wii game, right, actually takes out 2 whole levels from the 360 version. So there you go. So with the 360 version, you not only get the 2 extra levels that are taken out of the Wii game, but you also get, you know, better controls. It's a harder game, but you get better controls and all that other sort of stuff. And these are just a couple of reasons why I say Sonic Unleashed for the Wii is bad. Let's not even talk about some of the level design in Sonic Unleashed Wii. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Sonic Unleashed Wii's level design, for the most part, is acceptable, is doable, right? I won't say, like, there's really bad level design. I'd probably argue in the PS3 game there's probably more bits of bad level design, or very, like, what the fuck level design in the PS3 version. But there are definitely a lot of moments in the Wii game where there's a lot of WTF moments. And I shit you not, there is tons. Like, for example, right, I'm barely being able to control Sonic on these little narrow-ass pathways, Eggman Land especially. I'm going to show you the entire level of Eggman Land, right? Let me actually show you that, because I would argue that is probably the worst example of bad level design compared to, like, how Sonic would control. Now, Eggman Land, right? Eggman Land, Sonic, and Unleashed Wii. There you go. Right? Now, some people will beat it extremely quickly. Others will not. So, this guy did it in 3 minutes. I'm going to show you his footage. I'm going to show you the level, by the way, because I kind of want to show you this one. So, 4 hours 30 for S rank. I B ranked to C rank this stage. I didn't do good on this stage. I stressed out on this stage. Matter of fact, I stressed out so bad that, like, I could barely control Sonic in this beginning portion, right? Now, you're seeing him ace through the stage because he's mastered the controls, he's mastered the gimmick. But for a casual player going through this version of Eggman Land, I would argue even this version of Eggman Land is pretty fucking bad. My bad, I didn't mean to turn the camera for that bit. But as you can see, look at this. This is probably one of the worst things that you're going to see throughout the level. Look at how unsturdy this ramp is, right? Now, for a casual player, this ramp is going to be fucking intimidating because you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go semi-fast, or maybe not even as fast. But I'm going to go okay. I'm going to go the distance to try to make it across, right? Now, most players will get right through it, right? Or people that are really good that know how to navigate and control themselves, they know, like, secret pathways, the boost through the stage, and all that other sort of stuff. But again, a first-time player isn't going to know any of this shit, and there's too many stressful moments in Eggman Land, I would argue, in general. And keep in mind, every single time you're daytime Sonic, and I can't stress this enough, you have to redo that same stage you just did, Eggman Land, 2 to 3 different times with different objectives. Why? Because the game can, and they didn't want to come up with actual new levels for, you know, daytime Sonic versus nighttime Sonic, where nighttime Sonic actually gets the levels and all that other sort of stuff. But other than that, I would argue Sonic Unleashed Wii, right? There is one, maybe 2, or a couple good things about it, in my honest-to-God opinion. And one thing I would definitely say that the Wii version has definitely over the PS3 version, is the medals. So how do you get the medals in Sonic Unleashed for the Wii? You beat the stage at a really good time. This is not a joke. The PS3 version of Sonic Unleashed has you go around the stages where Sonic collecting sun medals, right? And in the daytime stages, you go as daytime Sonic to collect moon medals. And they're within the stages you play in the PS3 version. With the Wii version, all you have to do is boost fast, or be Werehog, collect every goddamn thing, and make sure you get there by the end of the clock, or at least in the targeted time. For Daytime Sonic, it's get there at S rank to receive all 3 moon medals. For Werehog, not only get the targeted time, make sure you beat up enough bad guys, make sure you collect enough rings, make sure you collect enough Gaia Gauge, and red orbs, and all that other sort of shit, for you to get an S rank on the stage and get 3 Sun medals. Way better than Sonic Unleashed for the PS3 in terms of handling medals. But everything else in Sonic Wii Unleashed, I would argue handles probably worse than the PS3 version. But that's not to say this isn't a bad game. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of this game can be pretty bad. Especially if you want to, like I mentioned, the controls, the annoying-ass battle theme music, all that other sort of stuff. But it's still a semi-alright game. It's still pretty good. I won't lie. There are times where I had fun playing Daytime Sonic when the stage was right, when the enemies were in the right place, when I didn't feel like I was overwhelmed by how fast Sonic was going in terms of control. When the controls was good, this game was fucking peak. But when the controls were ass, oh, this game became so much more ass. And another thing I really do want to talk about is arguably the final boss in Sonic Wii Unleashed. I want to talk about why, in my opinion, I think this final boss is awful for the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed. I'm going to show you why. Sonic Unleashed Wii final boss. Now, there's a lot of people who beat this in a couple of minutes in comparison to me, which took me 30 to 40 minutes because I kept dying over and over to a move I did not know how to dodge and all that other sort of stuff, which I will show you. Right? So, the final battle starts off like this. You're wondering, what is this? You are literally playing Punch-Out! I'm not joking. Now, 2-3 years ago, when I first played Sonic Wii Unleashed, I didn't realize I played Punch-Out before. But here is Punch-Out's gameplay, like thick and thin. Check it out. Look at this. This is literally Punch-Out. And by the way, Chip, when you control him in the giant Gaia Gates temple shit, the Gaia Light, his punches are really sluggish, so you have to make sure you really time them to get them out as quick as possible. Right? So as a kid, or as when I was younger, a couple of years ago, I beat this part no problem. Because it's Punch-Out, so of course I did. Right? Now you're probably wondering, okay, what's the bad part? This stuff is a little bad, but I actually did it a lot easier this time around, because before I had a really hard time beating the speed segments of these things, because I thought, you know, these are really hard, trying to dodge everything. And it, by the way, if you will lose lives if you don't, like, beat this segment of the thing. Right? But you basically crash into his eyes. So what is the real problem then, Alan? Let me show you the real problem. So after the cutscene, everything happens, a lot happens. Jeez, most of this is a cutscene. So this is the part I would argue is the worst part of the boss, right? You're sitting here as Super Sonic, right? You collect enough rings, you boost into the eye while dodging stuff, and it gets worse, right? Now, as you continue boosting into his eye sockets and stuff, you're probably wondering, wow, this is a lame-ass boss fight. You collect rings, and he will eventually hit you, maybe come after you and stuff. And by the way, the little Y pop-up to go into his eyes does not show up 24/7. I mean this with every sense of the word. You have to be so fast to react to his Y press, because if you are not fast enough, you have to sit there and fucking wait all over again to get another chance to hit him in the goddamn eye. Now you're wondering, Alan, this looks easy. How the fuck did you struggle with this? Let me tell you. Timing, didn't know how to dodge his actual hand swipe attacks for the most part, and, you know, obviously, I was kind of shitty. And plus, I was getting really frustrated. And keep in mind, this is when I didn't have, like, a better cap on my fucking anger, okay? Where I was just getting frustrated over and over again showing this shit. Right? So, it's like this over and over again. He's screaming, wondering what the fuck. Right? You're chilling. He does little swipe moves, which really kind of stress you out after a while. And by the way, every time you boost as well, don't think the ring counter in the bottom right is going to, like, take the same amount of rings over and over. They take a random amount of rings, so keep your ring total up if you don't want to get fucking damaged. Ooh, I did not mean to subscribe. Whatever, fuck it. So you're sitting there, you damage him, you get to the final hit, you're wondering what the fuck's up. Why is it taking so long for his big eye to come out? Also, you can stagger him because he will shoot this purple ball at you, which you will reflect with if you're using game controller. You press A or whatever button with the Wiimote. I can't tell you because I never beat this game with the Wiimote. I beat it with GameCube controller because it was just easier to do that way. And yes, if you hit any of the boulders, you will fuck up and you have to redo that whole segment all over again. But then after you do it, you're done with the boss, that's it, and that's the entire Supersonic boss fight, right? Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, wow, that Supersonic fight was actually ass. It didn't feel like anything. It really felt like a downgrade, because I don't know what the PS3 version's like. It's probably a lot harder for all I know. But I remember after I beat Dark Gaia for the first time in my entire life, because I've never beat Dark Gaia up to this point. That's right, folks. I beat Sans, I beat fucking Pacifist Sans, I beat Lingering Will, I've beaten so many other bosses, and you're telling me Dark Gaia you haven't beaten yet? This easy-looking buffoon up until now, up until literally last night? Yes. And it took me a while to even beat him, because it was stressful, and I was even on 1 life. And I was barely going to beat him then. And it's mainly due to me struggling on the final part, like I said earlier, but like with the Y sections where I need to hit him in the eye. I struggled with that so hard, to the point it was really like a bitch just to do. And again, I keep this in mind. Sonic Unleashed Wii, you're a bitch. You're just a bitch. You're a bitch to play all the way from beginning, middle, and end. There were some things I liked about you, there were things I really hated about you, and there are things I felt about you on. And I'm going to be honest, Sonic Unleashed Wii, right? If you have a Wii, and you want to play Sonic Unleashed, you know, if you can handle, like, Sonic steering controls and stuff, a lot of my issues, like with the Werehog control and Sonic control, can be mitigated if you, like, understand how to control them a lot better than I did. Coming back to this after a couple years, then you might not have a problem with how Sonic controls in this game, especially if you mastered this game as you were little and then you just kind of come back to do the stages over and over. That might not be a problem, or maybe some of the Werehog sections might not be a problem for you either, but in my opinion, this game has a lot more flaws than I thought, and this was my childhood Sonic Unleashed. Keep in mind, right? So there was obviously a lot of childhood nostalgia, a lot of childhood bias that I had towards this version of the game, saying the Wii version was the best, even though I haven't played it since I was 6, or even though I haven't played it since my last review, like 3 years ago, maybe going on to 4 now. I'm just saying, like, this is still a solid Sonic experience, but I would definitely recommend, this is probably the best way to play Sonic Unleashed. It's definitely not the Wii version, it's definitely not the PS2 version, it's definitely not the PS3 version, and it's most certainly not the Xbox 360 version, or the Xbox One version if you put it up on Xbox One. The best version of Sonic Unleashed is Project Unleashed, without a doubt, and if you can't play Project Unleashed, I'd probably go with the Xbox One version of Unleashed, and maybe the 360 version of Unleashed. I'm not trying to say the Wii version is so shitty that it's the worst one of the bunch. I mean, it's better than the PS2 version, I think. At least in my opinion. Graphically, I think it's a little bit better than the PS2 version. But other than that, I would probably say Wii Unleashed is just okay. It's not really the best Sonic game on the Wii. That might go to Colors. But then again, I would argue every Sonic game on the Wii had some sort of problem. And I'm not trying to say this needs to be the perfect game or anything, but I realized, coming back to this game, I have a lot more problems with Sonic Unleashed for the Wii than I initially did. And I even found more issues with Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. Like, for example, right, like the whole combos and hurting my fingers. I don't think I emphasized that enough in my last review, but if you play this with GameCube controller, good luck for your fingers. And if you play this with the Wiimote and Nunchuck gimmick, seriously, good luck with you, burning yourself out by shaking all the goddamn time. Seriously, don't you think Sonic Wii Unleashed could have come up with a better control scheme than this? And I know, like, the Wii Classic controller wasn't out by this time, at least I don't think, so you couldn't play this game with, you know, that control in mind, but still, man. Like, it's just... Fuck. It's hard for me, but... It's hard for me to be like, oh, man, I love this game, you know, even after all my problems with it because of what I went through. But I can't lie and say, like, it didn't at least give me a good time sometimes, because sometimes I was hyped to play Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. Other times I wasn't. So I'm kind of like... It kind of reminds me of Secret Rings, where it's like I'm more mixed on this game than, like, ever before, because there's moments where I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll go back to Sonic Unleashed Wii for that. Literally, the Sun and Moon medals are way better in the Wii one. But then it's like when I try to bring up another compliment of this game, I kind of sit there and think. I'm kind of like, is it better than the PS3 version, though? Is it better than the Xbox 360 version? Is it better than Project Unleashed? No, not in the slightest, for at least Project Unleashed, because Project Unleashed has this version of the game, and I think the 360 and PS3 styles of the game, and then some. And then you can change the controls to fit your needs if you really love the Wii version, but you have a PC only and you want to do that version, you can do that. Anyways, I'm sorry for talking about Project, you know, Unleashed. I shouldn't be talking about that. I should be talking about the actual Wii game, but you get it, y'all. It's a mixed bag. I have very mixed feelings about this version of the game. I'm not sure if I will ever play this game again now that I've actually beaten the game. You know, now that I've beaten Dark Gaia, which I can finally say after all this time, I've beaten Dark Gaia. I don't ever have to worry about coming back to this shithole again. And do Eggman Land and do all the time trial shit that Sonic Unleashed Wii forces you to do. And by the way, if you don't do, like, the side missions for both sides, like the little side missions, like the same mission with different objectives, or, for example, a new mission about your new move, you will not progress very far in this game, so I definitely suggest collecting all the medals. It is definitely easier than the PS3 and 360 version, though, like collecting medals. So, I'm just saying, if all you want to do is bomb rush through the game, not worry about collecting shit, play the Wii game. If you want a better experience, but you want to also collect shit, play the PS3 version of Sonic Unleashed, okay? I'm just saying, if you want to speed through the game, play the Wii version. Play the Wii version. I mean, you can still speed through it on the 360 version / PS3 version of Unleashed, but still. I'm just saying, if you don't want to worry about medal collecting, play the Wii one. Start out with the Wii one, matter of fact, as a beginner's version of Sonic Unleashed. But then after you played Sonic Unleashed for the Wii, it's like, okay, let me try to do the PS3 version. I'm telling you, okay. To end this review, by the way, Sumberak, Keith Cook, welcome to stream. Start with this one, okay, if you don't want to worry about metal grinding. But if you want to worry about metal grinding, play the PS3 version. Fuck, I can't stress this enough. PlayStation 3 Sonic Unleashed, I think, is a little bit more better. It is, but there's a lot more lag on the PS3 version of Sonic Unleashed Wii in comparison to Wii Unleashed and 360 Unleashed. I actually saw, to also talk about slowdown for a second, PS3 Unleashed actually had slowdown. A lot of slowdown because there was a lot of enemies on the screen and all that other sort of shit making the game slow down. Wii Unleashed actually had no slowdown whatsoever. Believe it or not, I did not deal with any lag or any slowdown during my Wii Unleashed playthrough. When I came back to this piece of shit. Anyways, I'm gone. I just spent 40 minutes talking my heart out. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. Check out all my Sonic Wii Unleashed videos in my Sonic playthroughs and gameplays playlist. Very important playlist if you want to watch all my Sonic videos. Subscribe if you love Sonic. Subscribe if you love Mario. Subscribe if you love all that shit, man. Because I do all that shit all the time. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching my Sonic Wii Unleashed REreview. Done with this game, man. Fuck this shit. Hey! You're not gonna end this video without me, right? You're not gonna end without me? Sonic, I just was about to end the video. Nah. Nah. Say one good thing about the game. I already did. I said the medal collecting, you don't have to worry about medals. Unlike the PS3 and 360 version, you don't have to worry about that shit. You can just speed through as long as you get good times. You don't have to worry about the medals. I already said that there's no slowdown in the Wii game, okay? And, you know, I don't know. Sometimes the speed stages can be fun. Okay, there's some positives again. Even though I already said those in the video all the way through this 40-minute video. All right. Yeah, you can end the video now. Thank you. Fuck. Also, quick question before I end the video. Where the fuck did Sonic leave the ring Chip gave him at the end of the game? Where the fuck did Sonic put that? Because keep in mind, right? Sonic doesn't have a home that he can just go to at any time, anywhere, bro. Where is Chip's little ring that he gave to Sonic, bro? Where is it? Where is that arm bracelet? Where is... Sega, you gotta answer me this. Where is the motherfucking arm bracelet? Where is it? Just tell me, where is it? And everything will be solved. Just tell me where it is. Where is it? 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 Where is it?